Robin Senna is a powerful craft user drafted into the STNJ, a group of specialized hunters that fight deadly beings known as witches. Starting with the positives, Witch Hunter Robin had an incredible atmosphere. The dark tone, the muted lighting, the show really stood out to me. And I appreciated that they stayed on track with that tone for the most part. There are some funny moments here and there where some characters will be more joking than serious, but it never feels out of place. And for the most part, this is a really grounded, realistic story about a girl and a bunch of other people catching witches. And I really appreciated that they went for more of a realistic style than something that's a bit too cartoony. Witch Hunter Robin came out in 2002 and was animated by Studio Sunrise. And if you're not familiar with them, they probably animated some of your favorite shows from this time period. Now, they did a great job like they usually do. The animation was really fluid, especially during the action scenes, and the art style was really good. The character designs were awesome. The backgrounds were nicely done. My only issue with the animation is when it's just them standing around or doing the normal animation, it's a little stiff, but I think that's a little bit acceptable for the time period. But overall, Sunrise did a really good job on Witch Hunter Robin. Taoka Iwasaki did the music for the show, and I think he did a really good job. He captured the tone very well. Also, I really like this show's opening and ending done by Bana, the OP especially. It was very gothic, it was epic, and I looked forward to hearing the OP every time I went to the next episode. It was that good of an OP. And the ending is really good too. However, for me, I'm an ED skipper. I just want to get to the next episode. But the ED was very good, and overall, the soundtrack was phenomenal. There's one thing I want to bring up. As I was watching the show, the one thing that kept popping up into my mind was Parasite Eve, and the music played a very big part in that. But also, they have really cool female leads, and I couldn't help but think of the game I was watching it. And maybe that's why Miasma, a good friend of mine, suggested this anime for me to review, because he knows I really love that game. And honestly, I think Witch Hunter Robin would make for a really cool game. Robin and Amon are definitely the stars of the show, but the rest of our main cast are done well in their own right. Sure, they don't get totally developed in the entire show, but I like how each of them have their own unique quirks that make them stand out. The English dub in this anime is fantastic. You got a whole who's who of anime voice actors from the time. I loved Carrie Walgren as Robin, and I especially loved Crispin Freeman as Amon. This cast also has Johnny Gumbosh, Michelle Ruff, Wendy Lee, and many more good actors. Now, I didn't check out the show in Japanese, but I'm sure it's fine. The ending to the anime is a bit hit or miss. For me, though, I think it wrapped up fine, but there are certain things that happen that might be a problem for some. You'll have to find out when you watch the show yourself. Overall, I enjoy Witch Hunter Robin, and while it was slow in the beginning, as the show went on, it did get better and I was satisfied. Big thanks to Miasma Senpai, Warp8, Ash the Man, Johnny on the Spot, and Nathan Harsh for supporting me on Patreon. You guys are awesome.